We're going to talk about last night's Champions League football in just a sec, but how do you see that? We'll talk Liverpool later on, but what a game that could be at Ibrox tonight, Benny.
Yeah, I still think Liverpool would have too much for them.
Oh, they should do, right?
Too much quality, yeah. But listen, it's going to be a tough game. Atmosphere will be hostile. I wish I was there watching that.
Yeah.
But I just think Liverpool are going to edge it.
I agree. Okay, we'll talk about that a bit later on. Let's look back at last night's football. Man City drew 1-1 with Copenhagen. That was it 1-1?
0-0.
It's 0-0. What's going on here? They drew 0-0 with Copenhagen. It was live on talkSPORT 2 in the Champions League. After the match, City boss Pep Guardiola spoke to the media and explained why he rested Erling Haaland and Phil Foden.
Erling didn't feel really good after the game against Southampton. Phil have also some disturbing problems, so that's why the players they feel better. And of course, I didn't want to take a risk. Of course, it was so important when we had 9 points already in our pocket. We need one more game to qualify mathematically. Okay, we took 1 point. We played for that because we start really well.
I can understand that. They've got big games coming up. Of course, one at the weekend. It's all about qualification. They've done that guaranteed. They want to come out the group as group winners, of course. But
I thought they would have still had way more than Copenhagen. They should have probably won that game. Red card, Mahrez missed penalty, the goal that was disallowed, which again I know it's handball and it's by the letter of the law it's handball, but it's a shame. You don't want to see goals like that chalked off.
No, you so
it was
don't.
Such a pure, clean strike.
The ball hardly moved, didn't it?
It hardly moved, just flew into the top corner. But I always felt, even without Haaland and Phil Foden, they had more than enough to win that game. Ultimately, 10 men, they did what they needed to do.
They look good, don't they?
Yeah.
Let's move on now. Chelsea continued their fine run of form under Graham Potter with a 2-0 win at the San Siro against AC Milan. That game was live on talkSPORT as well. After the match, the Chelsea boss spoke to the media about the difference he sees now compared to when he first took over at the club.
The Salzburg game was a difficult game, I think, for lots of reasons. Not the best of starts, obviously, in Zagreb, and lots of things changing behind the scenes, and then you've got Champions League game, and we didn't really know the players and they don't know us, and it's just a process of trying to get to know them. We had a bit of time away because of the international break, but we've just worked hard behind the scenes in terms of just emphasising the importance of the group, emphasising the importance of the team, and I think you can see that the boys have got quality. They're a responsible group, they're honest, they're open. It's been a nice start for us. We need to carry on.
They are looking good, and some players are looking good as well. Mason Mount, we've talked about this before, but he looks like a different player, doesn't he? I don't know if it's confidence or the fact he's been told just to touch the ball once and move and pass and shoot. And
Graham Potter's certainly doing something down there, but we said he was a good coach. Aubameyang, I mean, it comes as no surprise, does it, that he's scoring goals? Because that's what he does. He goes to new clubs, he scores goals. He did it when he went to Arsenal, did it when he went to Barcelona, and he's doing it now. Knows where the net is. Some really good performance. I thought Kovacic last night was good. Kept possession of the ball, moved it really well. And they just look like a really strong outfit right now. I mean, Reece James is a bit of a worry now. How long is he going to be out for?
We still don't know yet, do we?
Don't know yet. But Trevor Chalobah, what a performance he's been putting in the last couple. Again. So Graham Potter will be delighted with the start that he's made. 4 games managed, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets in that time. He'll be delighted.
That new manager bounce is incredible, isn't it? I mean,
sorry, I don't know if the new roll neck and the jumper, the jacket that he's wearing, sharp.
Cashmere, that is 100% cashmere. You know that. Let's move on now. This is interesting. If you've not heard, I'm sure you have heard about this. Former Liverpool midfielder Didi Himman joined the talkSPORT Breakfast Show on Monday and hammered Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool for their poor performances. Now, ahead of their Champions League game tonight, the Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp spoke to the media and wasn't too happy with Himman's comments. Let's hear from both now.
Than anywhere else, and if results are not there, obviously at some stage the manager will come under pressure. And we know how vital and important it is for the team to be in the Champions League. At some stage, I think we will have that discussion about the manager, and I'm not sure how far we're off. And he said this week he still feels he's the right man to do it. This Liverpool team looks tired, they look pedestrian, and they just look flat. I'm not sure where the spark's going to come from.
I heard the phrase after the game against Arsenal used that Liverpool need a spark. What do you feel?
Who said that?
Didi Himman is
great. He's a fantastic source.
I'm just
well respected everywhere.
Former Liverpool midfielder, obviously achieved.
That doesn't give you the right to say what you want, especially when you have no idea. I actually think Didi Himman doesn't deserve to use his phrase to ask me a question. Do me a favor and ask your own question.
Okay.
That's good.
Now, we spoke briefly about how you think that game's going to go tonight at Ibrox, and we're going to be talking about Jurgen Klopp a bit later on in the show, but I wanted to play that because maybe some people haven't heard it. And also, if Liverpool fans, or even football fans haven't heard that, I wonder what they'll be thinking about what that says about a manager. Does that tell you the manager is under pressure?
Yeah, he's rattled.
You think he's rattled?
100%.
Isn't that bizarre though? Because
barking, of course he is.
He's got so much experience, Jurgen Klopp. So if you're a player in that dressing room, you see your manager react like that. Does that worry you?
It don't worry you, but he has to be the calmest person. With all the chaos and all the stuff that's going on around Liverpool, surrounding Liverpool, their form, where they are in the table, performances, he's the one who has to remain calm. Because if he's calm, then everyone else will remain calm. But when people start to see him cracking a little bit, then it starts to seep through to the players. Then one or two of them might start using it as an excuse. We're not focused. The manager's not focused. It's just not a good look. But even as players, though, when you know you're going for a tough time, and then you go for an interview and they keep prodding you, you lose your rag because you think you understand I'm having a bad time. Why are you asking? But afterwards, Jurgen Klopp will be thinking to himself, "Why have I acted like that? Why have I reacted like?" Because that then just gives the journalist more ammunition.
But isn't that bizarre? Because he did it with Gabriel Bonhor. He's done it with him. He had a little moan up about the referees as well.
Yeah, honestly, certainly yesterday when he did that interview, he will think to himself when he's driving in his car or when he's on his way home when he's at home, "Why did I do that?" Because he knows
full well. Be careful, Benny. I don't want him quoting you back in the next press conference.
But he'll be thinking, "Why did I do that?" Because now that today is the story. Him chirping at a journalist. But sometimes when you're there and you're in the thick of it, you can't help it.
Is he losing the plot?
Certainly, the cracks are starting to emerge.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.